Good morning, clan. As a Civ fan and a Civ streamer and a Civilization 6 content creator, I was very excited this morning when I woke up to find out that Civilization 6 in fact has new downloadable content and game updates coming for the next year. For an entire year, Civilization 6 is getting new content, and this is very, very surprising because I think a lot of us in the Civ community thought that Civ 6 was winding down. Maybe in a year or so we'd get a Civ 7 announcement, but there wouldn't be very much new DLC or very many balance updates. Just a little tweak here or there to keep the game going along. But we kind of felt like it was at the end of its cycle, and then it was going to pick back up for Civ 7 in a year's time, a year and a half, however long that was going to be. But today, Firaxis announced the new Frontier Pass, so I'm going to make a video. We're going to go through it together and just give you kind of my thoughts on it. And the reason why I wanted to do that is I thought I'd be getting a lot of questions about it during my Civilization stream tonight. So I thought if I could just have a command that just sends you to my thoughts, that would be a good idea. The only thing I need from you guys is to put your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the new Frontier Pass, of some of the new content, of the concept of it. It really is a cool way to deliver new content for Civilization, and we'll talk about it all at the end of this video.
4 years ago today, we announced Sid Meier's Civilization 6. Over that time, we've released 2 expansions with systems that include governors and volcanoes and climate change. We're very happy with where the game is in terms of complexity.
Yo, real talk, where can I get one of these mugs? Or these steins? Chat? If you're watching this and you know where I can get one of these, let me know. Send me that DM. Hop in there. Sneak into the DMs and let me know.
Lots of systems, lots of civilizations, lots of paths to victory. As Sid says, many interesting decisions. But we keep wondering, what else can we do with Civilization 6?
Civilization.
Real talk, I also like how he had to blur out all the names of all. Like, he stood in the worst possible area for this shot. He's like, I want to look cultured. And like, I love board games. But I can't actually show what any of these board games are. That one's Ticket to Ride. Ed Beach, come on, man. Get your blur together. That one's Ticket to Ride. All right, let's go.
We keep wondering, what else can we do with Civilization?
Cannot see it now. Everything is blurred.
6.
Civilization 6 is not just on PC anymore. Civilization 6 and its expansions has come to consoles and other platforms. We have a very passionate and vocal fan base. We love reading what you guys are putting on social media and the fan sites. We want to bring you more content, more Civilization, but in a way that keeps the game fun.
That's why we're excited to announce something brand new. A whole year of Civilization 6 updates. We want to deliver more Civilization 6 to you on a monthly basis for a whole year.
It's like a Spotify subscription. Oh, there she is, Eleanor. Can we do a trade? Can we remove Eleanor? Is that allowed? Can we get an update that just takes Eleanor away? We'll call that a content update. Like, hey, we know she takes all your cities all the time. Let's just bloop right out like the claw from Toy Story.
Oh, como delicious.
The entire Civilization team is really excited about this approach. We get a chance to keep Civilization fresh, so you have even more reasons to come back over the next year.
As if I wasn't going to be playing this game for the next year. That's what's cool about it, actually, is that I was going to play this game for hundreds of hours over the next year anyway, so this is just extra for me.
We'll have regular updates with free content and quality of life updates for everybody who owns Civilization. There'll also be premium content for you as well.
That's important. We're going to talk about it all at the end, but there's it's like a battle pass in Fortnite, kind of. There's the free edition and the paid edition, and they have different stuff, right? But everyone gets the free stuff.
There will be new leaders and civilizations, like the Maya, who are returning soon, and Grand Colombia, who has never been in Civilization before.
All right.
We're also focusing on creating new systems that add to the game in ways that change it up and give it some new flavors.
I want a system that removes Eleanor from the game. That's really what I want.
Some of these flavors are going to be based on history, but we're also excited to change it up and take some creative liberties with history. We think of these systems as...
Yeah, up until this point, I always thought instead of taking history courses, I could just play Civ. And now I'm finding out. That they're taking creative liberties with history. Are you telling me that the Eiffel Tower wasn't built in America? Because when I was America, we built the Eiffel Tower. God damn.
delicious toppings for your Civilization ice cream cone. Some of these modes will extend existing gameplay, like our Apocalypse mode.
So that is what I want to happen to Eleanor.
Other modes will add a whole bunch of new things to consider, new units to build.
I hope that's a thing you can build. I hope it goes like you get uranium, you get your nukes. I hope this is like after the science one, like after you visited Mars, you can launch meteors into the...
New buildings to construct, and new tile improvements to place out on the map. And these will totally change the way that you
Can
play
Canada
the game,
get a Tim
as well as
Hortons
the things
tile
that you can do
improvement?
to your opponents.
I want Canada to have
Civilization
a
6
Tim
New
Hortons
Frontier
tile
Pass
improvement.
will give you access to all of the premium content coming up this year. This year-long schedule for Civilization 6 gives us a chance to see how you're playing the game and make adjustments from there.
We want you to feel like an awesome leader that's ruling an empire that stands the test of time.
As developers, this gives us the chance to learn new ways to plan and build a game as rich and exciting as Civilization 6. We get to have a conversation with you, our Civilization community, across a whole year. We hope that you enjoy all the things that we're
They kind
planning
of
to
say
bring
that
you
as if
guys.
they haven't been able to
we
just
think
talk
you'll be
to
pleasantly
us.
surprised by a couple of
What?
them.
Just tweet me, dog.
From all of us on the
At
Civilization
VanBradley
team,
Games.
thank you.
I'll tell you stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you for following us this far through the journey that has been Civilization 6. And we're
My
looking forward
pleasure.
to
Y'all made
continuing that
y'all made
journey
a great game.
together with you through the next year.
All right. There it is. The Frontier Pass comes out on May 21st. How much does it cost? Okay, sorry, people. We're back. I had to cut the video. I could not for the life of me find a cost on this pass, but I have found one now. I do know how much it costs. So let's chat about this. First, let's chat about the way Civilization is giving us the content. And this gets more into my thoughts on the matter, right? They're giving it to you almost Battle Pass style, but instead of earning things based on how much you play, you just pay for them and they get released on a more frequent schedule instead of big, large updates. So if you take a look at the total amount you're getting, in May we get Maya and Grand Columbia, so 2 civs and 2 leaders, right? So that's 2 totally new civs. The Apocalypse game mode, which I'm assuming is what that meteor strike was, new city-states, resources, and more. In July, we have the Ethiopia pack, which will be 1 civ, 1 leader. I'm assuming Ethiopia. Secret Societies game mode, new district and infrastructure. This just says more new content, more new content, more new content. But if we take a look, I'm assuming more new content will just be more tile improvements, districts, city-states, resources, those types of things in the game. And then here we have 2 civs, 2 leaders, 1 civ, 1 leader, 1 civ, 2 leaders. So here we have 1 completely new civilization, and then a current one is getting another leader option. So that's interesting. And then finally in March, we're back 1 civ, 1 leader. So this isn't quite it's yearly, but it's every 2 months, right? May, skip June, July, skip August, September, skip October, right? November, skip December. And so it's every 2 months we're getting these packs. I know I just did a lot of math there. And what we're getting in these packs amounts to, I want to say the civs and the leaders amount to about 1 big expansion, right? So I like to think of this based on the amount of content we're getting in terms of civilization leaders and city-states resources, all those types of things. This kind of equals, let's say, 1 big expansion in terms of content. And then down here, the free updates for all players include maps, scenarios, balance changes, and more. Okay, so if you don't pay for any of this stuff, you just have the base vanilla game or whichever expansion you already have, and you don't pay for any of this, you still get all this stuff. So the game's going to be a little better balanced. You're going to have some new maps to choose from. I am always a fan of just consistent quality of life upgrades. The Borderlands franchise, Borderlands 3, has been so good at that. It's been out, I want to say, probably 6 months now. 6 months the game has. And it has been like weekly getting balance updates and new content, and it's just amazing. So I'm a really big fan of this approach. I would prefer if, like, in a future Civ game, if they did 1 big expansion, and then the second and third expansion, if they do 2 or 3, depending on how popular the game is like this. This is my preferred way to absorb content. I just need little tweaks and changes to keep me going for a little bit, instead of like these big content updates that, like, I zoom for a few weeks and then I come back down, and I'm kind of bored of everything already again because I've done it all. And so I like having something consistently to look forward to. And so this is my preferred way to absorb content. The whole pass costs $40 American. So I'm Canadian, so that's like $60 Canadian. But it is about the same amount as an expansion, and that's about what an expansion costs. So in my head, I'm just rationalizing this as a great way to give us a third expansion, if that makes sense, right? That's how I'm thinking of this. They're giving us a third expansion, something that after the November kind of announcement window that they usually go for passed. I didn't think we were going to get one. But here we are. We're getting a third expansion spread out over the course of an entire year, which is my preferred way to receive this kind of stuff. So this is brilliant. All in all, I'm so happy. I can't wait for it. I'm going to, as soon as it comes up on my Steam, that I can pre-purchase it. I will definitely be pre-purchasing this pass. I think it's great value in terms of what they say is going to be in it. I think this is a great way to give us more Civilization content. And of course, I'll be streaming it and making YouTube content for it the entire way through. So those are my thoughts. I'm going to give this like a 9 out of 10 if I had to put a number on it. Like great way of delivering content, great way of announcing it. Actual content, like proper. This isn't like some we can't make Civ 7 now because of Corona. It's going to be delayed. What can we just throw out there to people? Like this is proper content, right? And I like this. So this is fantastic. If you like it as well, or if you don't, actually, let me know all your thoughts on the Frontier Pass in the comments below. Will you be getting it? Will you not be getting it? What are your thoughts? Would you have preferred just a third expansion, let's say in 2 months from now, where they just dump this all out at one time? Also, let me know what kind of content you want to see, right? Maya and Gran Colombia come out in like 2 weeks. So what do you want to see on this channel, on the Twitch stream, for Civilization 6 and New Frontier Pass? Otherwise, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it so other people can find it and enjoy it as well. Leave a like on it for new Civ content. I like new Civ content. And then if you don't want to catch any of this new content, any of these new updates, if you don't want to miss them on the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and then you'll be notified every time we put a new video out. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next one.